Lil Baby's entourage just got him in a world of trouble. Oh, y'all done did it now, man. While a bunch of sophisticated people were trying to enjoy their Super Bowl, a bunch of dusty hooligans with stinky draws pulled up with Lil Baby to disturb the peace.
But first, a stunning announcement from the 49ers. One of their players shot early this morning in San Francisco.
Damn.
The team says defensive end Keon White was shot in the ankle. Good evening. I'm Claudine Wong.
And I'm Mike Meeback. San Francisco police confirming they did respond to a report of shots fired on Mission right near South Van Ness, 4 o'clock this morning. Police did not identify White as the victim, but the team has since confirmed he was shot.
KTVU's Bailey O'Carroll joins us in the studio with the latest on what we are hearing about this shooting. Bailey.
Yeah, guys, let's.
Damn, so everybody chilling, vibing. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's Super Bowl Sunday. You see what I'm saying? We chilling. Somebody ups the blicky and start airing stuff out. That's dangerous word. We was chilling. How we get there? How did we get there?
Let's get to the details of what we do know, because it is little. I heard from the team about 30 minutes ago. They did tell me 27-year-old defensive end Keon White is out of surgery and that it was successful. San Francisco police described his injury as non-life threatening. According to police, officers responded to reports of a shooting following an argument that started inside of a business. No arrests have been made. A suspect has not been identified.
When they say a suspect has not been identified, they meant when they talked to the NFL player after he was shot,
no snitching.
He refused to cooperate. Now, a lot of these dudes who are now multi-millionaire pro athletes, they also come from the hood. They also like to present themselves as street dudes. They like to live out these, this weird fantasy of being some type of tough street dude when they are, in fact, multi-million-dollar athletes. So he probably still lived by the street code, which is, don't tell nothing, don't talk to the police.
That boy was like, shh, we gonna get our get back. That boy like, we gonna get our get back. Yeah, we gonna get our get back.
But make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it, bruh. He's probably on some no snitching, no telling, no talking right now because it just happened. But they shot him in his leg. As an NFL player, you need your legs to make money, bro. You need your legs
You definitely
to make money.
The legs. No diddy.
God forbid, after surgery, he don't recover 100%. He don't go back to what he was before getting shot. They got to take out some ligaments, and he don't go back to what he was. He gets arthritis. God forbid, because
he
that
get
happens,
arthritis.
He coming. Lil Baby won't be able to enjoy his $100 million and all his wealth and his money if that NFL player leg don't heal up, don't go back to being what he was before getting shot. He's coming for Lil Baby. So that, I'm not no snitch stuff is cool right now. But when shit get real, baby, you going to jail.
I spoke with Dr. Rick Lehman, the director of the U.S.
And it might be some truth to what he's saying. Or Buddy's just literally standing on business. He like, nah, I ain't gonna snitch. I'm just gonna get back, or whatever the case may be. It's different. And now it's gonna make it more difficult now that obviously this story came out, and you got guys like me doing reactions to it, just amplifying it more. But you know what I mean? If Buddy do decide to get some get back, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty much documented. You know what I'm saying? Everything's pretty much documented at this point.
Center for Sports Medicine. Dr. Lehman told me White's recovery time will vary greatly depending on where the bullet hit his ankle.
Well, you never want to get shot in the back because that's where your Achilles is. Ooh. And you don't really want to get shot on the side because that's where all your major vessels are. So let's say he had a nerve injury, that would end his career. He got shot in something called the posterior tibial nerve. So that would end his career. So hopefully you want to get shot in the front. Well, you don't want to get shot, but if you get shot, you want to get shot in the front or potentially in the side. That would be your preference. And in a perfect world, you would get shot.
Man, preferably, I would not want to get shot. Preferably, I would not take that bullet. You know what I'm saying? It's like, preferably, you'll get shot. Nah, dog. Preferably, don't shoot me, dog. Preferably, don't shoot me at all, bro.
And it would not have any bony impacts.
Less than a year and a half ago, 49ers wide receiver Ricky Pearsall was shot in the chest during a robbery in San Francisco's Union Square. That suspect, a juvenile, has since been arrested and charged. Guys.
Certainly that was a robbery, but we still don't know a lot of details of what led up to this shooting with Keon White.
Exactly, yeah. Police have not said what exactly led up to Keon White getting shot in the ankle. But the Niners will provide updates when appropriate, and police will hopefully provide updates soon as well.
All right, Bailey. Thank you so much.
Bailey, thank you. San Francisco Mayor Daniel Lurie responding to the shooting, saying any violent incident in our city is unacceptable, and I'm hoping Keon recovers quickly. I've spoken with SFPD and 49ers leadership. We are all grateful to our SFPD officers for their quick response. As always, I will continue to work with San Francisco law enforcement to ensure our neighborhoods and our residents are safe.
The doctor said there's a possibility that this NFL player will have his career ended due to this surgery, due to what's currently going on. So let's just pray that this dude still gets to have a long and healthy career. But you're probably asking, how did Lil Baby name get involved in this? How do we know? Is this clickbait? No, it's not clickbait, people. All right, we actually have information and eyewitnesses that puts Lil Baby at the situation. So what exactly led to this NFL player getting shot and possibly losing his career and having it end forever? Well, we know.
Now, before he even dive into this, I'm going to tell you right now, if it's because of his homies, you already know, bro, he got to do some house clean. He got to clean that house up immediately, because you got guys that's with you clapping NFL players, broski. Come on now. You see what I'm saying? At that point, tell all your homies they got to pack it up. They got to go.
You know what happened, and it's quite possibly the most silliest, dumbest thing ever. But obviously, when you have dusty Egomites involved, nothing is too small to take a life. An argument took place between Lil Baby, his crew, and this dude and his crew before this dude was shot. Now, when it comes to Lil Baby and these rappers, they're only tough when they're like packed up like hyenas. Let's be real here. If Lil Baby and this dude was in a dark room by themselves, you think Lil Baby is uttering a peep? You think Lil Baby is challenging this dude to any type of physical confrontation? Not one bit. But Lil Baby was with a...
That boy said, he tried to say Baby saw. That boy said Baby wouldn't do shit. You know what I mean? If it was face-to-face, one-on-one. What y'all think? That's crazy. That's wicked. You trying to call my boy a straight bitch.
Of hooligans with nothing to lose. So, they caused issues with this guy and then ultimately shot him, okay? Because when you read the story, it's perfectly clear that it was Lil Baby's and his crew fault. They were the antagonists in the situation, right? So when we scroll down and when we read, it says the investigation into the shooting of Keon White just took a wild turn because of what reportedly happened between the 49ers DN and rapper Lil Baby before the shots rang out just hours after the Super Bowl. According to the San Francisco Standard, which says it's seen a police report, 27-year-old, now the police didn't report that Baby was a suspect just yet, right? Because they say, the suspect is unknown, but now we know that Lil Baby's name is in a police report.
They got his name in there.
27-year-old White, which is the NFL player, and Lil Baby got into an argument after the Grammy-winning rapper and his friends were turned away from the Third Years Pro private event at a local San Francisco lounge. Per the outlet, a witness told the police he saw the verbal argument and went to get help from bar staff, but he heard 2 gunshots ring out. When a witness returned, he discovered White had been shot in the ankle area. To shoot somebody in the ankle specifically tells me you was trying to end that person's career.
He took my thought exactly. He said, hey, he playing the NFL. Shoot his ankle. Like, you want a headshot? Nah, clap his ankles, dog. That's wild. So they already plan to get Buddy up out of here. They say, you know what? Nah, we ain't gonna kill him. Shoot his ankle, yo. That's crazy.
Career. But let's just examine exactly what this issue was over. Initial reports stated that it was actually a section, but apparently it wasn't a section. He was having a private party at a lounge. Baby and them wanted to enter into the lounge to get into the private party. They was blocked out. Now, the NFL player probably came out because Baby and them was trying to force their way in, which, you're a Lil Baby. Bro, all you really got to do is say, hey, who got a hot function going on, bro? I'm coming. I'm pulling up. You'll get invites. You don't got to go to somewhere you're not invited at. It makes zero sense whatsoever. But these dudes are driven by ego. I'm sure once they were told, hey, bro, you can't come in, you can't enter. Sorry, bro. Now, I'm sure that probably dude had one of his homies standing at the door to make sure nobody gets in. right? Because it was probably his private event.
I ain't gonna lie, Baby could definitely pull up at any little, you know what I mean, vibe he wanted to get into. No questions asked. Not even an issue. You see what I'm saying? Like, I mean, if you get yourself in those type of situations or allowing your homies to get yourself in that type of situation, then you see what I'm saying? You gotta tighten that up. You already know.
Probably, let's say the bar security wasn't there, because if they had to go to get bar staff, that meant no bar staff was up front, that it was Buddy and his team that was running security. So they probably walked up to the lounge trying to get in, and then they see a dude in normal street clothes saying, "Nah, bro, you can't get in." They said, "Huh? What the bro, like, who are you? Man, F on my way." And try to force their way in. Then dude probably came out and an argument ensued. But nonetheless, yo, behavior like this only exists among ourselves, bro. You would never see any other group of people fighting, shooting each other, right? Like committing violence this heinous.
Well, I'm disregard what he said, because to be honest with you, you got other groups of people that do that to themselves, right? The violence only meets where the violence is, right? So if you got a neighborhood full of black people, right, somebody's going to do some shooting, right? Somebody's going to do some fighting. Somebody's going to do whatever. If you only got black people in that vicinity, then obviously it'll be black people doing the crime, or we'll be obviously doing that to ourselves. But if you have more white people in the vicinity, then it'll be more white people doing those crimes to each other, obviously. You get what I'm saying? So I get what he's trying to go with that, but at the end of the day, it's not a black thing. Like, yo, all black people do this all day, all the time. No, you got civilized black people who don't even get into that bullshit. You see what I'm saying? So I can't really agree with bro on that one.
And he is over getting into a lounge, bro. Go to another lounge. Like, it makes no sense whatsoever, right? So police arrived on the scene just after 4 a.m. and entered the club to investigate, discovering numerous.
Dog, 4 a.m. I'm asleep. 4 a.m. I'm knocked out, bro. I'm about to get up in 2 hours to go take my kids to school and all that good stuff like that. I'm not just chilling out at 4 a.m. Especially 4 a.m. Like, that's Monday. You see what I'm saying? This happened Sunday, but 4 a.m. Now we talking Monday. I gotta take my kids to school. I'm not about to be out here shooting and tussling with y'all suckers. That's a fact.
Scantily clad females picking up dollar bills that were thrown all over the floor. So so they had see, exactly. It was a lounge, but it was their own private event. They brought strippers and everything there. When cops made contact with White, the report claims he was uncooperative. Investigators retrieved footage from surveillance camera at the scene and found an abandoned cell phone. Oh, y'all going to jail, man. When are y'all going to jail?
Somebody going to jail.
They also located a 9mm and a .45 caliber casing near the scene. Well, that means that were like shots fired from two different guns. The local outlets report comes after The Athletic on Monday reported the altercation did not involve White, who was at the time thought to be minding his own business when he was hit with the bullet. The new info, again, courtesy of the San Francisco Standard, calls that version of the story into question. For their part, cops said in a statement that a preliminary investigation revealed a verbal altercation occurred between groups inside a business. The victim was injured when shots were fired by an unknown suspect. Baby, you going to jail, bro. Right now, social media post and event page showed the rapper was in the Bay Area for the Super Bowl, including a post from his own Instagram from a suite at Levi Stadium. Yeah, man. Hey, listen, man.
My bro probably tightened himself up.
If Baby did this, I truly hope that Baby gets the max life.
Damn.
If you can give him life. Because this is just nonsense.
He ain't even clapped the blicky though, broski. He ain't even clapped the brick. You know, obviously it was one of his homies. Now, obviously, if the pack ride together, they die together, right? Obviously, I don't know. This is just me talking, right? The Baby probably never told Buddy to do that. Buddy just got super excited and, you see what I'm saying, and did that. You see what I'm saying? That's probably what it is on that. Now, even if Baby did say, hey, yo, bro, clap him, you know what I mean? Whatever. Then obviously, you see what I'm saying, bro got to take responsibility for that, right? You got to take 100% responsibility for that. So it's crazy, man. This is a crazy, crazy time. And when you're up like this, people, you got to remember, when you up and you having dog shit, which is money, you having money on you, you can't afford to do dumb stuff like this. It would be in your best interest to avoid stuff like this. You get what I'm saying? It's only going to cost you money. You got to understand that. All right? If you're doing dumb stuff right now and you getting money, stop, bro. Like, just stop.
Yo. Like, yo, this is so uncalled for. It makes no sense. Y'all are multimillionaires. Why are y'all walking around angry? Why are y'all walking around angry at life? Like, why don't you guys have better things to do with y'all time, bruh? Right? Now, to pull out that gun, because, they could have shot him in the torso, the chest, the stomach. No, they shot at his ankle specifically to F up his NFL career. I can almost guarantee you, if Lil Baby didn't pull the trigger himself, it was a jealous, dusty, right, envious, jealous Igamite who did that, right? Somebody who never done nothing for themselves and never accomplished nothing was trying to end that man's NFL career. That's why he shot at the ankle specifically.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that do sound like some hate and shit. Like, that sound like, yo, if you know this dude is in the NFL and you shoot him in the ankle, like, that sound like complete straight hater shit. Like, like 100%, like, straight hating ass nigga. Like, you see what I'm saying? So, yeah, buddy, do better, bro. Do better.
Specifically.